Jace, I know obviously the win is ultimately what y'all were looking for here today, but in terms of just being able to take advantage of the hit by pitches and the walks, how did you feel you all did that? And did you kind of feel like you earned the victory in terms of obviously taking those hit by pitches throughout the contest?
Yeah, I think guys did a great job with guys on base, just sticking with their approach and just really hunting it over the middle with guys on base and just getting those stakes, RBIs.
Okay, we'll go next to Keith.
Chase, a game like this where you've got, the wind out there and then it ends up dragging really long. Is it just difficult to keep your focus out there at times?
No, I don't think so. We're locked in every pitch. And I think I can state that for everybody on the field. We're all locked in. The wind plays some tricks on you sometimes. We had a few mistakes today, but those are going to happen in a baseball game, and it's how you overcome them. And I think we overcame them really well today.
And we'll go next to Eric.
Did it kind of have that almost tournament feel for a game where it was, one team responds with a 3-spot, then another responds with a 3-spot, and it's just kind of that back and forth kind of.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was back and forth. I was like, oh, they're scoring again. Here we go. We score again. I mean, I'm like, oh, this is like a circus. Like, we're just going back and forth, like nonstop throughout 9-inning games. So it was awesome, though. It's fun.
Go next to Carlos.
Jace, how do you kind of keep not necessarily your focus, but just kind of stay locked in a game that obviously, like you had talked about, it goes back and forth, and not only that, but then it just goes 4 hours. I guess how difficult is that, or how easy is it for you guys, especially after being in these one-run games over the last couple weeks?
It's difficult. It definitely drains you, but it's how you respond. And I think we did a great job of that, and it's how we respond tomorrow after a five-hour game or something like that. It's how we respond. So we want to respond well tomorrow and just keep the same energy. Keep the same energy throughout the 9-inning game. I mean, don't let them scoring runs take away from our offense, or just vice versa. Just sticking to our plan and going out there and showing who we are.
Okay, we'll go next to Nico.
Hey, Jace. So again, there's been 3 pretty tightly contested games in a row now with UConn. What do you have to say just in general about their team?
They got a great team. I got to hand it to them. Their pitching coach, great job mixing it up on us, and their hitters are really well trained, and they stick to their approach as well, and they get the job done as well as we do. So got to give hats off to them.
Connor, when you're coming in that type of situation, I guess what were you told, and I guess how locked in were you at that point, or kind of crazy of a game was it up to that point to when you did get called in?
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy game. The game plan was, to execute pitches and just minimize what I could. Anytime my name gets called on the phone, I try to be as locked in as possible. So I really was bearing down that last inning.
We'll go next to Eric.
Connor, how have you kind of embraced this role a little bit in terms of being one of those few guys that Tadlock seems to call upon when you guys need a big out or need to get out of a tough situation?
It's been a crazy, I've always been a role filler. So, whatever I've been placed as, I tend to strive there. I actually enjoy the pressure. It's fun. It's exciting. It makes baseball great. So I enjoy it. And, I'm just glad I get to be put in these situations over and over again.
Go next to Keith.
So, Connor, just kind of following up to that, you've got 3 saves in like 15 pitches. So is that the role that you really do want to be in, coming in those high pressure spots? And I have a follow up in a second.
Yeah, absolutely. I love being in this position. I feel like as a 5th-year guy, I've kind of been in similar positions as well. So it's less pressure on me, and to think about, maybe a freshman or another guy in there, it could be kind of crazy for them. So yeah, I enjoy it, and I really have no option, but I have to enjoy it. So
Time for just a couple more. We'll go Keith and then Eric.
Connor, I was also just curious what that mound visit, what Coach Gardner had for you coming out there and kind of settling things back down there at the end.
Yeah, he just said he reminded me to remember to execute pitches and not just a layup. Not try to be so fine and just throw what he calls and just be as who I am.
Connor, I'm curious, when you come into a situation like that, have you perfected a kind of way to settle yourself down? Are you a breathe guy? Do you kind of talk to yourself a little bit? What's your process?
Yeah, I always remind myself to take a deep breath, remind myself to stay within myself, not to let the emotions get too big. And I also tell myself, pitch by pitch, control what you can control. One pitch doesn't go well, flush it, go to another one.
It's a game like this where both teams, it just seems, are responding inning after inning with runs, and they score, you score, they score, you score. Is it more excitement, stress, or some other emotion?
It's a baseball game, and you try to stay ahead of it. And it's an offensive day. Everybody could see that from the start of it. It's a Sunday, add in some wind and some good Lubbock wind, and it is a fun day to watch the guys play. And not an easy day to go to the mound, obviously. Ball in the air was an issue.
Go next to Carlos.
Coach, how'd you feel your guys played with guys in scoring position or just being able to get on base today? Because it seemed like a lot of guys were wearing some pitches early on, getting some walks, and it seemed like they were really earning their runs early on there.
Yeah, I don't know if we were we were not trying to wear the pitches. How many times did we get hit?
7.
7, I believe.
Is that a record?
No, they had 8 against Maine back in 18.
Oh, no kidding. No, I remember that now that you say that. So I tell you, I mean, it's guys going up there trying to win pitches. They got hit by some pitches, got some pitches to hit. Didn't give a lot of at bats away. I mean, guys made pretty much every inning count. Obviously still dealing with amateur hitters, going to give some away. You're not going to get a professional at bat every time, but the guys they're trying, and they're trying to play 9 innings. And the more we play, the better we should get at it.
We'll go to Keith.
Coach Jace talked about how you respond in situations and then how you respond to this game going to tomorrow. What do you need from your guys with a windswept, tiring, long day and then an early first pitch tomorrow?
Probably some coffee right out of the chute. Maybe a breakfast taco. Maybe a hot dog about noon. Play baseball. I mean, it's a new day, and we might get the Java going in there early.
Okay, we'll go back to Eric.
Coach, what has Connor done to kind of carve out that role as kind of a guy that you trust in those types of situations, like you brought him in today?
Yeah, I mean, Connor's very confident, has presence. He's going to be, he's going to execute pitches and understands, that you got to execute pitches in those situations. And he did exactly that today. I mean, he gives up the double and gets a little tighter, and, he doesn't flinch and goes right after the next guy.
We'll go back to Carlos.
Coach, I know I asked you yesterday about Micah. Only had 19 pitches that day. Do you still feel he's going to be thrown out as a starter on Monday, or is that to be determined at this point?
Yeah, he's not starting tomorrow. Hampton is starting.